the T-Wolves. Who expected this, Miles? Who expected the T-Wolves to be number one in the West on what is today? January 18th, right before All-Star break. I mean, how good has this team been with Anthony Edwards and Cat really kind of carrying this offense? I want to hear what you kind of think about it, and I'll kind of chip in as you go along.
Anthony Edwards is playing how we expected him to in our preseason rankings.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple guys who are playing at complete MVP level, so he's not going to be in there. But
Mm-hmm.
the way he's carrying his team at the moment is just – he's fun to watch. He's so fun to watch.
Very fun to watch.
Very fun to watch. And the thing that's really helping them, and I never thought I would say this, but it's their defense. And Rudy Gobert has actually been a serious presence this year. I believe he's averaging almost 3 blocks a game. And then that tandem with him and Cat, it's just I'm at a loss where nobody saw this coming. Like they are playing at a high level. High level. Like not only are they 29-11, but they are 20-6 in conference games and 16-2 at home. They're 16-2 at home. Though I think the only person with a better home record is the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've been balling. Cat, of course, with his floor spacing. I mean, the fact that he can space the floor and knock down threes at a high clip like that really helps Anthony Edwards in the isolation game. But it also benefits Rudy Gobert and their team as a whole. It doesn't clog up the paint. It allows Rudy to not have to do too much because if he had to, they'd be in shambles. It gives them good spacing. Naz Reid off the bench. He's a great big off the bench. Like they probably have the best depth for bigs in the NBA. It's ridiculous. They have Mike Conley as a vet guard that can come in.
I think he has found his perfect role for this late in his career. He's averaging, where is it? I have it down, 6.4 assists a game, which I believe is leading the team. And he starts. It's Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels have started a lot. Nickeil Alexander-Walker have started a lot. But he's probably been one of my favorite guys to watch over the season is Mike Conley, because for a meme, or for a while, it was a meme of how big Mike Conley's contract used to be. I don't know if you remember the contract that the Jazz gave him. It was some crazy, like $30 million a year, and he wasn't worth that money. It was kind of towards the tail end of his prime, and he was kind of mean. No one really wanted him because of how big that contract was. Or I believe maybe Memphis gave him that contract. But I think he's finally settled down late in his career, and he's found the perfect team where he doesn't need to do too much. He's the perfect off-ball facilitator, but he can still score. His mid-range, a lot of these older point guards, like you look at CP3, for example, they rely on the mid-range and the float game a lot. If it's not going to be their passing that affects the game, it's going to be their defense. He's averaging just about a steal a game, and his ability to score when need to. He's averaging 10 points a game. I believe, 6 people on this team are averaging over 6 points a game, which is more than a lot. And their bench is deep. They're young. They're a very good defensive team. Number 1 defensive rating. Right now, they're 6-4 out of their last 10, which, maybe isn't where they've been all year. They've been a very hot team, but very fun team to watch, I would say.